so contagious.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
energy is contagious. Success is more contagious than COVID-19.
I like that. Hello. So let's talk about that. We were just at an event last night.
Crazy.
Absolutely amazing for all of those of you who were there and those who weren't. It was incredible.
I see some people that were there.
I know. I did see some people that were there. So it was absolutely amazing. We had a great time. Alfonso put together this really incredible group. It's called the Wealth Genius, and these are really action takers, multifamily investors. We get together, we learn, we do coaching, we do masterminds, and then Alfonso has been touring the country and doing these live events, and they're always absolutely amazing. Tell me about last night.
Well, you know what? The night before we were in Ottawa, there was like 100 people there, and I woke up on yesterday morning and I was like, whoa, drank a little bit too much, and I did feel a bit tired until I got back into that room again, until I started thinking about all the people that I was going to connect with, and I was like, boom, I'm back, and yes sir, Mr. James, and you know what, it was when you put like-minded people in a room together.
Yeah.
It's magical, and that's what I feel. It's like everyone brought energy, positive energy, and to see the wealth of knowledge that was being exchanged, and people excited about deals. And if you talk to anybody outside of this group, they're like, "There's no deals. We don't know what to do." But everybody in this group, we're all like helping and supporting one another, and it's magical.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an absolutely blast. It's really good energy, and we're just having a really great time.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. I appreciate you putting all this together. I appreciate you going around and the country and giving us all a chance to do these meetups and get together.
Yeah, it's important. My big thing about success is engagement. Making sure people are plugged in, like engaged, like events, meetups, workshops, boot camps, masterminds, online, virtual. We went on the retreat, right? Like, these are all opportunities where people get to grow. And I didn't want to create something like that was already existing. I wanted to create something that could be very different, and it would fit my personality, because I'm a people person, and not everybody's the same, but I feel that the majority of people thrive when they're around other people that are doing the same thing that they're trying to do. It becomes contagious. Now, we can achieve that on Zoom, but it's not the same as being in a room, being there, present in a room. Because you go on Zoom, you got your kids in the background. Honey, can you keep that down? I'm trying to be on a mastermind right now. You know what I mean?
Which has happened multiple times.
We're like, can you guys turn off your mics? And and there is a level of community and connection through Zoom, but nothing beats live and connecting with people and having this. I mean, we could have done this on Zoom.
I know, it's so much better.
But the essence of like being in the same room where we can be completely present and here with our friends on your IG. And by the way, this is also on my YouTube channel. Head to my YouTube channel if you want to watch it or watch the recording. But good times.
Good times. Agreed. Thank you so much. I also wanted to talk about what made your real estate journey, your investment journey. You've done so much you've been in this for a long time. You've grown your portfolio to a really great place, and you've been experiencing a huge shift as well in how you invest and where your focus goes.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that and what allows you to have this lifestyle where you're traveling around and you're living your best life and you're focusing on the things that you really want to focus on.
So not everybody can start here, right? And I always tell people, you know, the reason I am here today and I can live the life that I live today is because of the decisions that I made way back when. And I put in a lot of hours, and I always joke around with people like, you know, I went in there, I would go and buy these really underperforming properties with prostitutes and the meth addicts and the crackheads, and, you know, I'd go in there and, like, you know, like, you do what you have to do at the beginning to get to where you're trying to go. But you always need to continue to expand. And a lot of us, we get so comfortable doing what we've always done, because at the beginning of it, it's exciting. You can't sleep. You know, that crackhead, you gotta get him out. You got him out. You paid him $500, and like, oh my God, you turned around this building, and after a while, it becomes normal. Like, then this is what you're doing. It becomes extremely comfortable. At that point, you're no longer expanding. And I'm big on expansion and contraction. This idea that, you know, you have to be inconsistent. You have to consistently be expanding. And so, you know, over the years, and I have to say, I have to thank a lot to COVID for, because the type of increase in equity that we've seen over the past 2 years has been, like, incredible, where we can now sit down, look at our portfolio, and we can say, look, this bottom 20%, we can actually create a liquidity event, and then now really level up. And the leveling up for me just went, I wanted cleaner and leaner, right? And we took all the underperforming, the problematic type of properties, and we got paid really well, millions and millions and millions, where we can now put it into, like, brand new deals, 60-unit apartment buildings. We're building a 30-unit, we build a 16-unit, like, all brand new, shiny properties where, you know, everybody works for the government, and they're doctors and lawyers, and, you know, those are your tenants. It's not going to start here for a lot of people. The key is to continue to expand what you're doing. Make sure you get out of your comfort zone. We're doing a deal right now. It's going to be close to about $30 million, right? And that can be scary for a lot of people. $30 million is a lot of money, you know. The raise is going to be close to about $10 million. And, you know, to some people that could be extremely scary, but no one starts there. As long as there's a progression, and as long as you can continue to expand, then you are headed the right way. So don't get comfortable. Remember to be uncomfortable and get outside of your comfort zone. Continue to grow, and then now your goals need to match your actions. The actions that you're taking. So if your goal is to create freedom for yourself, but you're running around fighting with like prostitutes and, you know, and crackheads, well, that's very time intensive, and you can make good money doing that. But then if your goal was to create ultimate freedom so you can travel or do whatever you want, then you're not in alignment with your goals, right? Maybe at the beginning you were, but at some point you shifted. So that's what I would say to people. Like, remember your goals, remember why you started, and are you in alignment with those goals, and are you consistently expanding?
Amazing. I mean, I feel like a lot of us have the same story. I have a similar story. Started very hands-on, very active.
You have to.
You have to.
You can't bypass that part, right? Like, or you connect with someone. Yeah. Or like if you have the capital,
that's what I was gonna say.
You have the luxury to have, you know, someone that's going to put in that time, right? And you can tap into their systems. But
I feel like we've also been doing this full time for a long time,
yes,
right?
Yes.
If you're working full time and you have a full time job and you make good money, and you want your money working for you, but you don't have to go through what we went through to get started. You can partner up with people that do this full time, and it's just like we do, right?
This part of the business, the active side, it's not for the faint of heart.
It's not.
You know, I'll tell you something. Look, we had bought a property, 36 units. I walked in there and I looked at the boiler and I said, that boiler's gonna go, like, in a minute. Sure enough, we bought the property and the boiler goes. It's in Timbuktu, northern Saskatchewan. Okay, so we live in Ottawa. I tell Helene, you got to get on a plane. I'm doing a workshop, you know. Get on a plane because it's December, northern Saskatchewan. The pipes will start bursting. All the tenants were heating their units with their stoves. You know what I mean?
No.
And we're like, this is going to be a big issue. So she jumped on a plane, bought like 60 heaters, put them in a truck, rented a truck, drove, 4 hours north, installed them all, waited for the people, and all of that was happening while our investors were nice, sleeping in their houses. They didn't even know that it was happening until the quarterly report where we send it out, and this is what happened. They're like, oh my God, all this happened, and you should have told us earlier. I'm like, hey, your job is to do what you do, and we do what we do.
That's right.
So not for the faint of heart.
It's not. And you've been expanding into the passive side too. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so part of our lean and clean initiative is that we only want to do big deals. If we're going to be active, we want to do big, massive deals. But there's also the smaller deals, right? And especially for me, I wanted to create a scenario where it's like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't want to leave those deals on the table, but I just physically don't have the time to do those kind of deals. And this is why I've been investing with a lot of my students, signing checks. I love it. I love signing checks. I'm doing a deal with you, and I know that you know what you're doing, and that's, to me, that's what's most reassuring to me, because I'm not going to miss out on the smaller stuff. Well, it's relatively, it's 50 units, but it is. I'm not going to miss out on that really active side, where you can go and change over all the units, and I miss that because I'm going lean and clean. And lean and clean pretty much means like we're buying brand new or doing developments, and it is what it is. It's once you buy it, it's like, okay, that's it, And so what you're doing is exciting, but I leave that for you, and I'll just sign a check.
I'll do the quarterly update. So what I think you put yourself in a really great place too. You feel confident, but like, he's been through the deal. He vetted the deal with me. He went through due diligence with me. He ran the numbers with me. He listened to the presentation. He looked into it, and he said, this is a really good deal. It's good enough that I want to invest. Here's, let's do this. Let's do it together. So it's very exciting to have you be part of the process from the inside out, from the beginning, from the moment we had this building in the contract, from the moment we had a verbal offer on it. It wasn't even like an actual offer just yet. You were the first one to know about it. We've been through the whole process together. This is a 50-unit deal that we're doing in St. John, New Brunswick, so not that small. It will be a $10 million project, so beyond exciting.
And that's helping your expansion, right? And I love being a part of that, right? I love watching people expand and reach for more than they've ever done before. And I love being a passive partner more than anything now, because it's just like I can just watch, and just sign checks.
Yeah, it's an exciting place to be. I think for a lot of us, reaching that place where our money's working for us and we have the time freedom to really do whatever we want with our time.
Tour around North America and share more of this life with people,
Yeah, and really do what you're passionate about, which is teaching and giving that value to people and changing lives and impacting people. That gives you the freedom, as opposed to being, handling the tenants or being in that place. And this is what passive investing allows you to do, right? And some people can start from there if they already have,
if you have the resources. You have a bit of a head start. I mean, and at the end of the day, you got to think about what your goals are, right?
Yes.
And if you have a job, or you're doing whatever, like if you have a career, you're not trying to change careers, job for another job. You know what I mean? Like, you a lot of people they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to leave my job and then do all this more work, You want to be in my position one day. You just sign checks.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a progression, right?
And I'm starting this early, and I've been telling a lot of people about this. I do believe that every real estate investor needs to have both. You need to have your passive portfolio that you're growing, and that's doing its work, because you want your money working out for you with very little effort and leveraging other people's effort. And then I have my active side where I'm building, so I do both. I have a corporation that runs a passive portfolio where I'm investing in other people's deals. I'm private lending. I put money into mortgages. And then I have my active portfolio that I'm building, that I'm the active side and the managing partner. But don't get me wrong, this is a full-time job. You know, do what we do and manage apartment buildings and operations. It's a full-time job. Requires staff, requires you have a team in the office.
Yes, big team, right? It's like, the thing is, like, also, you don't want to also put too much stress on them, you know? So they're happy when we do the passive deals, you know? They're like, okay, so we just get it, you know, like...
Just sign a couple of papers.
Yeah. So, you know what? It is a natural progression for a lot of people. And if you have the resources and you can already start at that level where you have already a career that you love, and then you can just have your money work for you in the real estate space with people like us, that, you know what, you're already ahead of the game.
100%, exactly. And this is why I started ACE, because I saw the opportunity was from my own family. Like, my sister has a full-time job. She's really good at what she does. She makes really good money, but she doesn't have that desire to add another job on top of her job. She's like, she said to me, she's like, I'm gonna try to get like a property on my own, like she searched for a few months, had to do with a few things. She called me back. She's like, never mind. Like, I don't know how you do what you do. Take my money. Like, just invest it for me. Where do I sign? You do this. You've been doing it for years, full time, for a living. You know what you're doing. You do it. I will give you the money, and I will do my job, which I love. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
It's a hard concept to understand if you don't understand, like, business, like, in a very intricate way. Or real estate, you know. I mean, this is how majority of deals have been done. We're not reinventing something here. This is how it's been done through the ages, right? There's always going to be a capital investor. There's going to be someone that's going to be active, that's going to have that opportunity, and then, you know, this is how deals are done. Like, when you invest into Amazon, you're investing into Jeff Bezos and his system and all that to get a return. You're not going to say, well, I'm going to just start my own Amazon.
I mean, you could.
You could, right?
Do you want to?
You just tap into something someone already has a system. They're already doing what they're doing. All you got to do is just tap into their time, their systems, and what they're doing, and you have your money work for you. So it's the same concept. It's hard for some people, but if you're in real estate, you know what's going on.
That's right. Amazing. I love this. It's been such a great time to have you here with us in Toronto.
And you're not going tonight to London? No?
I can't make it tonight. I'm heading to a real estate event in Niagara Falls, an all-women's real estate event. I'm excited for
all
that
women.
as well.
Right? You know, like, this fires me up. You know, I have 2 daughters, and my oldest has entered the real estate world. I believe that, like, real estate will be changed forever. You know, the more women can be involved in real estate, you know, for the better.
Agreed. I love that. I mean, she's amazing. She's gotten her first deal, and she's also teaching others.
Yeah.
And I love the power that women can bring into all of this. We have our own unique voice and our own unique skills, and it's so powerful to be able to support each other in that environment and grow together in real estate. So we're looking forward to that event.
Is it going to be speakers? Like,
yeah. We have a few. There's actually quite a few. Wendy Russell is a speaker.
Nice.
We have Manpreet is going to be speaking as well. So
nice.
And I'm sure there's a number of others that I'm not remembering right now, but it's going to be a good weekend. I'll be posting some stuff about that.
I can't wait to see that. No, that's incredible. No, that's good. You know, a lot of events are happening. The world is opening up. Get out there, like, you know.
Network.
Yeah, network. Connect with people. It's so important. You know, like yesterday, like we were in this. What was it called? The place.
The Port House.
The Port House. Yeah. So it's nice. They had music, and it just like felt like a vibe. You know what I mean? It felt like, yes, like this is life again. Like this is what we needed. This is what the world needed, and you know, in the past 2 years, there's been so much that we can focus on that can be negative. But when you get out there, you almost forget that, some of those things, right? And it's not like we should forget about things that are happening in the world, but if you focus on them, that's not going to do you any good either, you know?
100%, I agree with you. It's about focus and intention, where your thoughts are at, where your mind is at most of the time. I think controlling your emotions and making sure you're in a good place emotionally keeps your momentum going in the best place possible, because that's what you're attracting back to you.
Yeah.
If you're feeling good and you're putting good out there, good comes back to you.
And Sid is saying it's contagious.
It's so contagious.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
energy is contagious. Success is more contagious than COVID-19.
I like that. That's praise that right here. This is a quote for you.
That's good.
It's always fun chatting with you and having an opportunity to speak with others and put this information out there. I'm really in a giving mode right now. Like everything that I'm learning, I want to put it out there. I want to share with people. I want to talk about it because
Let's talk about like your deal, 50 units. Maybe share that a little bit, before we sign off.
Yes, Helene, coffee would be great. Is she listening
No,
to us right now?
That was a text.
Yeah, let's talk about 50 units. So this was just a really incredible place to be in with this deal. It's rare that you find 50 units anywhere really in Canada that you can purchase like this. But the really great side about this building is, as usual, it's an add value opportunity. It's underperforming, so we're looking to purchase and reposition the portfolio. I also like that it's 4 buildings side by side, because that really gives us an option to go in and attack one at a time and still have some income, as we're going through the process. We have over 59 units out in New Brunswick right now, so we're really been growing that market.
You've been focused on, like you want to have like a good hold on it, right?
That's right. It just gives us the ability, because we already have a team in place with this 50 unit. Now we're looking at 100 units out there, right?
Yeah.
We also have a development. We also have a development opportunity there. So it's just really giving us proof of concept. We've already finalized a bird there, so we've been able to build a team. And growing in one area allows you to do that. I'm not saying only grow in one area, but definitely having enough in one area gives you proof of concept, gives you confidence in the market, gives you stability, gives you the ability to build a team, and gives you momentum.
That's been our strategy. So we go like in pockets, right?
That's
so
right.
we find somewhere that we like, and then we just make sure we can utilize all the resources to the max until it may become saturated. Sometimes places become saturated, then we move to somewhere else. But I love to build. Sometimes I'll buy a building close by just to create that
Yes.
ease of management
Yes.
for us. And for us is numbers, right? So the more numbers we have in an area like centralized, it's makes things a lot easier.
That's right. So that's what we're doing. We're building out in St. John. My business partner is in St. John, so he's our operations boots on the ground there. And what we're so excited about this building is we're looking to double the valuation of this building in 2 years. From where it is now to a $10 million portfolio by repositioning it and bringing it to its highest value. We are very excited about this, and you have an opportunity to buy and hold after that for 5 years and enjoy the brand new buildings with new market rents and enjoy the benefit of ownership for the next 5. So we still have some limited partnership positions available. If you're interested to learn more about this deal, feel free to DM me, and I'm glad to send you some more information on it. But this has been a milestone for me, because it's our
When does it close?
So we're closing at the end of May.
Nice.
So closing soon, and I can't wait. We have everything structured and in place, so we're looking forward to bringing it across the finish line. And it's going to be an exciting one. We're going to be taking pictures and images of our journey too, as we're
I love that.
renovating it.
I highly encourage people to do this. At whatever projects you got going on, guys, like share it with people. Like share it. And it's inspiring, right? It's inspiring to see what other people got going on, and especially a deal like that. Like even from the pictures and the journey that you can share, people can learn a lot from it along the way.
Yeah, so truly like life-changing type of deal for us, and looking forward to having you joining us as well. And then moving on to what's next. It's exciting. It's been an exciting
Development.
journey. Development, yes.
No, you know what? Like, guys, so I'm mentoring this person, but it's like I feel like I'm mentoring Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, right? So it's like I'm like this, like it's like there's only a few tweaks and things that we can talk about, because it's like you are so passionate, number one, and you're determined, and that's what I love about you, Adriana. Like, it's your soul, it's your determination, never give up attitude. We've had you on my channel before when we talked about, you know, that first SDU project where everybody was telling you no, and you just kept going, just kept going. That's why I'm signing check. I'm signing a check because I know you're determined and you're gonna see this through. I believe in you, and look at all the love.
Thank you. 100%. I feel the same. I mean, so blessed to have you back in my life. You were gone for a little while.
I know. What's up with that?
Blessed to have you back, and it's just so much about a friendship here. So honored. This is a really good place for any of you to be. For you to grow, you need to be in the room with people that are way ahead of you.
We've made big deals. We've normalized it. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing a 50 unit. Oh yeah, he's got a 40. He's got a 30. Oh, you know, it's a Tuesday.
It really does. It pushes everybody up with you. Normalize success. Normalize.
Christina says yes. Deals. This is right.
She is like that. Thank you, Christina. Christina is one of our investors as well in a deal. And I'm just gonna talk about you, Christina, for a second. Christina and I met like a year ago now, in and around that. She was joining us as a passive investor in our 24-unit building. And I remember at the time she was saying, hey, like, I love my job and I just want to invest passive. It's just too much work. Throughout our journey and our friendship, she saw something. She saw a spark, and she saw like an ambition, and she saw like, hey, like, you make this seem possible. Because of you and our friendship, I can see that I can do something like this too. She started dreaming. And look at her go now. Talk about Christina for a second. Like, she's
got, I think it's a 48 unit. You know, and 86, that's what it was.
wow. There you go. Double
86 units. So she means business. I mean,
does.
like
she's incredible.
Yeah. And you know what? Everyone's like that. And you put people like that in a room together, you're just like, what is happening to these people? These people like are just not even from planet Earth.
People get shocked by our energy level, our excitement level, and I love that. I love our group. I love that real estate does this. I love that like attracts like, and then you just end up in a room with really a lot of action takers, a lot of good energy, a lot of people that give back. This is something that I wanted to highlight about Wealth Genius that I haven't seen necessarily in every in all the groups that I've been part of. Some of them have it, some of them don't, but one of the things I love about the Wealth Genius group is how much value that we give to each other, how much work collaboration happens, how much, like, I've invested in people's deals in the group, they've invested in mine, we invest together, we grow together, there's partnerships, and I don't see that in a lot of places. Even the fact that Wealth Genius like posts, you know, reposts members' posts and highlights them and gives them props and elevates them. I don't see that in every group, in all the other groups out there, and I really appreciate that about Wealth Genius, and really how much you have an interest in seeing your students succeed, in seeing people like go to the next level, and you make sure you elevate and highlight them as much as you can. And that's that's so big of you, and that's so unique about our group.
I love it. I love people. I love people in like reaching success. I love when someone comes in, they're like, well, I don't know, You know, maybe I'll do a little duplex or something, and then you see them like 3 months later, they're like, I got an 86-unit building. I'm like, geez, we created monsters. You know, and that fuels me. I mean, that's what really brings me fulfillment, right?
I know that.
And I don't want to be remembered for the doors.
It's not about that.
Yeah, I want to be remembered, like, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I want the stories of the people that we've helped. That's what I want to be remembered for.
It's very genuine, and I love that. The impact that you create, that's what you want to be well known for, and so much impact that you've been able to create. And I love that you put together this organization that's doing exactly that. I'm honored to be part of it, and so many of us are getting like our chats blowing up here with all of our members from Wealth Genius. And if you want to be part of, you know, a really great community that's growing and it's focused on building wealth building and changing your life, make sure to DM this guy here, or me, DM me, and I'm glad to.
Whoever's available. That was one thing. It's like we're not doing what everybody else is doing, right? It's a very exclusive community. Not because we want to be divas. Don't get me wrong. We're not being divas, but it's not for everyone, right? And it may be the timing. Maybe it's not for everyone at all times, right? And so we made a conscious effort of not like trying to like focus on trying to get as many members as possible, but we're looking for the quality people, and ultimately the result of that decision has made it so we have, like, you know, a room like we'd have last night where it's like everybody's so dynamic and everybody's like, you know, everybody is on fire and can support one another. So we're always protecting the validity of our group. Again, not to be a diva, but to protect, you know, what we have. It's so different. I mean, if you're going to do what everybody else is doing, then you might as well, like, you know, you're going to be in competition versus creating our own space here.
That's right. It's a good one.
Nice.
Amazing. This has been so much fun.
I love lives. It feels like we're on a talk, like a daytime talk show.
I know.
You know, like, what's it called? Morning with Kelly or Regis and Kathy Lee, remember?
Yes.
We should have our copies.
See, I need the coffee. Yes, we should do this more often as well. It's so nice to see you again and be in person and to be able to do this and offer value to everybody else out there. I know this is going to be going into, you know, your YouTube channel. I'm going to put some stuff up as well and make sure that other people can watch this. But I appreciate you coming and joining us for this talk with Alfonso and Adriana. And
Woo! Yeah, that sounds like a good show, by the way. Look, James has the little coffees. You know, you have to reach out to her. Reach out to her, and you know, reach out to me if you need any help with anything real estate related. I'm here, and we're here to help.
That's right.
Woo!
Amazing. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And yeah, feel free to DM us.
Yeah. We will see you at the top.